Hi, welcome to Beginning Ukulele. Today's lesson is the preparation for the song Pearly Shells. And up to this point, everything you see on the board should be reviewed except for the vamp, okay, and the strum, which we'll be going over in about a minute or two. But everything else should be reviewed for you. Now, before we get started, let's check our tuning. Here we go. G, C, E, A. Okay, make sure that your ukulele is in tune before you start. If need be, please tune up your ukulele with your tuner, then come on back. So if you need to pause the tutorial and do that, go ahead. We'll be starting in about a second. Like I said earlier, the only thing that's going to be new in this lesson is the vamp, G7, C7, F, which are the chords you already know. It's just a sequence of chords that precedes the song Pearly Shells, and the strum pattern goes 2, 2, 4, 2 strums, 4, 2 beats, 4. However you want to look at it, but just look at it as 2 strums, 4 strums. That's the best way to look at it. Now, you should know all these chords. It's maybe the B flat might be a little difficult. The F could be a little difficult for some of you, but if you've been practicing the F7 modified, it shouldn't be too bad. If some of you are choosing to do the full F7, I left it on the board. Once again, the F7 modified is just leaving that fourth finger off the fretboard right there. So in the modified F7, that's this one right here, I'm not playing that fourth finger right down there. See the fourth finger? I'm not playing it over here. I think that's easier. Once again, this is pretty much the F7 that I mostly play anyway. Very rarely do I play that, although I do it sometimes. Either way, you know, it's up to you. Whichever sound you like the best, you like this sound, you like that sound, play whatever sound it is you like the best. Okay, now I want to say this. During this lesson, if you find this lesson a little difficult, maybe because of the B flat chord or the F7 chord, whatever the case may be, you're probably moving through the chords too fast and you're not really mastering the lessons before you move on to the next. So in other words, you should be doing every lesson consecutively, one after the other, and then not moving to the next lesson until you've kind of gotten either mastered the lesson or you're very comfortable with the lesson before you move on. If you're not and you're moving on too quickly, and eventually you're going to run into a lesson where it's too hard for you. It's too hard to keep up. The lessons were designed for you to move along pretty quickly if you are comfortable with the preceding lessons or if you've mastered the preceding lessons. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a chord calc exercise for the G7, C7, F real quickly. The fingering is on the board, C7, F. You notice that the fingering is here, chord is there, fingering is here, chord is there, F is here, F is showing it right there. So at this point, I'm going to make the chord, and if you need some help on making or forming the chord, at this point you need to go into your book or your chord sheet and do it on your own, because by now this chord should be fairly simple for you. Okay, so let's start with the G7. I'm going to show you little tricks to get from one chord to the next. But as for forming the chord, you need to pause the tutorial, look in your book, okay? You need to practice the chord and have it pretty comfortable. Okay, so we got the G7 chord, and we're moving to the C7 chord. Quick way to get there, just think like this. What you're going to do is just going to drop that first finger, straight down to the first string. Once again, G7, drop that first finger straight down to the first string like there, and you're in the C7 chord. Okay, now for the C7 chord, we're going to move to the F. So from the C7 chord, just push it up one string like that and throw the second one on top. Once again, C7 chord, push it up one string, second finger all the way on top, second fret. Okay. Once again, you should be fairly comfortable with those chords. That's why I'm not getting heavily into it. I'm just showing you techniques on how you can switch between chords. From the F chord, you're pretty much almost in a G7 position because you got that first finger there. So from the F chord, drop down these two fingers and you're back in the G7 chord. Okay. From F chord, drop down keep the first finger, that's this, drop down these two fingers here and you're in the G7 chord. Okay. Now, if you need to pause the tutorial and then just back it up about 30 seconds worth, or actually a second worth, and then you see how I told you how to find an easy way to go from chord to chord. Now, we're going to play vamp because I'm going to assume that you're comfortable and you're ready to go and you can do the changes comfortably. The vamp, G7, C7, F. Once again, 2 strums, 4 strums. G7, 2 strums, C7, 2 strums, F, 4 strums. Now, let me just talk a little bit about this. Okay, so the vamp is basically the preceding chords or introduction to like a Hawaiian song. And basically, if you ever been to Hawaii, we have these like Hawaiian festivals where there's music and dance. We call it like a luau. And then the band is playing on stage, and to give time for the hula dancers or whoever it is that's going to come on stage, the band will play like a vamp like this before they start the song, allowing the stage people to get on stage, wherever they may be, you know, a singer, dancers, whoever it's going to be. Now, that keep in mind that this vamp is in the key of F. For the song Pearly Shells, which is in the key of F, or any song in the key of F. Now let's just say we were doing a song in the key of C, which we'll probably do later on. This vamp, the chords will change, but the strumming will stay the same. In the vamp, the strumming will always stay the same, and I'm just talking about for Hawaiian music. Okay, but the chords will change when the key changes. Okay, so if we did it in the key of C, these chords will change. Now, also in jazz, okay, now we're not going to cover jazz in this course, but just to give you an idea, in jazz, you also have vamps or chord progressions that follow very similar, okay, and it's the same idea, okay, so this is not only used in Hawaiian music, it's actually used a lot in jazz music as well as popular music as well as rock music. It just depends. And the chords may change a little, but the whole concept I want you to get is that this vamp or this style of playing is widely used in music. Today's example just happens to be Hawaiian music. Okay, so we got a tuned ukulele. We're going to do that together. G7 2, C7 2, F4. G7 2 beats or 2 strums, C7 2 strums, F 4 strums. Here we go. We are going to go do a 4 count, and we're going to remember 2 2 4. Okay, strums are 2 2 4. Here we go. 1, and we're using a downward stroke. Keep in mind, you know where your strum zone is. I'm not going to go over that. You should know where your strum zone is. Here we go. Get your G7 ready. 4 count. 1 2 3 4. G7, C7, F. Again. G7, C7, F. Good. Okay, now we're going to try it one more time. Once again. 2 2 4. G7, C7, F. G7 2 times. C7 2 times. F 4 times. Here we go. Same thing we just did. Okay, this is the vamp in the key of F. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. Again. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. Okay, good. So that's the vamp in the key of F. You have the that's located on the, once again on the top of your music there. It says vamp. There's your chords right there. Okay, so let's talk about some of these other chords. Some of the chords that might give you some difficulties: F7, B flat, and then the full F7. Once again, I use this F7, the modified F7. All it is just leaving that fourth finger off. This is located on your chord chart. This is not located in your music book, but it's located on your chord chart if you ever have to refer to it. And to do the modified F, or I think it's an easier F, just leave that fourth finger off, and then you got it right over there. The other chord that might give you some problems is the B flat chord. But if you do still have some problems, don't forget to go back to the tutorial that teaches you how to learn the B flat chord in phases. There's 3 phases that teaches you how to do the B flat chord, and you should be fine. In other words, the B flat chord should not be hard at this time. But let's say we just do a quick chord count exercise. So let's take the F chord first of all, F. So we got an F chord. Now what we're doing is putting our third finger down here. Keep in mind, I'm only going to do this for the F modified. But however, if you want to do the full F chord, by all means, please do that on your own. So here we go. We got the F7 modified. We want to press on that string. We want to relax, press, and relax. Keep in mind that you want to keep that formation of your fingers. You want to freeze your fingers. Okay, so as we press down and then eventually, okay, as we look at the chord, we're shoving that image of how our fingers look on the fretboard, how it feels on the fretboard, how the string feels under our fingers. Okay, all this we want to shove that imagery into our mind. Okay, that's what we want to. We want our mind to see. Press, relax. Eventually, you want to press and then you want to lift off. Pressed and lift off. Keep in mind when you're lifting off, okay, you're just lifting off like a few millimeters. Now when I lift off, I'm lifting off quite a bit, only to emphasize, to show you that I'm lifting off. I wouldn't normally lift it off this far, okay? I would just lift it off like a couple of millimeters like this. But if I did that, you wouldn't be able to tell what I was doing from this distance. So that's why I really emphasize it. You know, I go a little farther off so you just can see that I'm trying to tell you to lift off. Now after you can do this, what you want to do is you want to close your eyes, but not until you have shoved that image of the F7 modified chord into your mind. Okay, everything about it, how your hand is shaped, you know, where your thumb is. Some of you may have the thumb on the upper section, some may have it down here, some may have it down here. Whichever is comfortable for you, that is how you are shoving that image into your mind so you can memorize it. See it in your mind with your eyes closed, okay? So you're gonna press, lift off, press, lift off. Go ahead and close your eyes. Press, leave your eyes closed, lift off, press, lift off, keep your eyes closed, press, lift off, press down. Okay, open your eyes and you should be on an F7 chord, okay? Next, we're going to work on the B flat chord. Keep in mind if that F7 chord is still giving you a little problems, you want to do that chord cock exercise for maybe at least another minute. Keep in mind too that the short amount of time that you're investing in doing this, it's going to save you a whole lot of time in the future about learning the chord. So invest a little time now, save a whole lot of time later. Okay, the B flat chord. First finger, pressing down here, second finger, third finger. Okay, once again, first finger pressing down 2 strings on the first fret, second finger up, third finger up, high string on the top string. Okay, now I'm not going to go over the phases and how to teach you how to make the B flat chord. You got to go back to that tutorial. I go into the detail and depth on how to really learn to make that B flat chord, and teach you how to get every note to sound out. So when we do the chord cock exercise now, I'm assuming that your B flat chord is not bad. You're pretty comfortable. Not too much problem, maybe a little difficulty, but you can at least form the chord. Okay, so we're gonna press, relax, press, relax, Press and lift off. Don't close your eyes yet. Press down, lift off, press down, lift off. Close your eyes, press down, close your eyes, lift off, down, lift off. Keeping your eyes closed, press down, lift off, press down. And you should be on a B flat chord. Now, go ahead and check your hand out. If your hand is bothering you, because I know that the B flat chord is a little difficult, it takes a little bit more energy. And keep in mind, especially the B flat chord, but any chord that utilizes more energy, and that's up to you. You determine which are those chords that require more of your energy and effort. When you play it, you got to shake it off, okay? Another thing, when you're playing chords that involve more effort and energy, you want to press on the chord only when you're playing. In other words, you press on the chord only when you have to strum. If you're not strumming, relax. Keep it in that position, but relax. So in other words, there's no sound. But when it comes time to play, it comes up, because it takes a lot of energy. And if you expend it by pressing down the whole time, your hand will get so tired, you might not be able to finish the song. Okay, so next what we want to do is preview the music. So you should have this music on hand right now. At the top it says Pearly Shells, you got the vamp, and then you got some chords to help you out. If need be, go ahead and go get your song, pause the tutorial, and we're going to preview the music together. Okay, we're going to start in about a second. Okay, so as we preview the music, you're going to see some words that are in parentheses. All that is an echo. Okay, so in other words, you're going to sing Pearly Shells, and in the parentheses, you don't even have to sing it. All you have to do is echo it, Pearly Shells. Now, what's really great is if you have another person that likes to sing, or another ukulele player that you can play with, or in your home or whatever, share the song. Have someone sing it, have someone do the echo. It's really a lot of fun. Now, you're going to notice at the very bottom, you have the Hawaiian words. We're not going to go over that in this lesson. However, it's down there and available to you. I do want to let you know, if you want to give it a try, anytime you're going to speak Hawaiian, sing Hawaiian, or let's say you're just visiting the islands and you're trying to figure out the streets, because all the streets in Hawaii are Hawaiian names. Just remember this, your vowels, not your consonants, your vowels, okay? How you pronounce your vowels, that's how you pronounce the Hawaiian names, words, etc. Okay, so we're previewing the music. Make sure that you look through the music. Let's see, you got an F chord there. Second line, you got an F chord. Third line, you got a B flat chord. Fourth line, you got a C7. Fifth line, you got an F. Then it goes to F7. That's where the F modified 7 comes handy. All you got to do is add that third finger, and you got that F7 chord. Next line is a B flat. Next two lines are F, C7, F, F, C7, F. Okay? So you want to make sure that you can do all the chord changes. So go ahead and do a chord exercise for that English section of Pearly Shells. And then when you're ready and you're comfortable, and we'll see you on for the next lesson.